Hey everyone, it's your boy Graphic back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at how to make the most silver possible without using gathering as one of the ways to make money. And as you can see in the top right corner, I now have 376,000 silver, and we're going to kind of show you this episode pretty much how I did it and kind of show you guys the basics of black market trading. So, in the last episode I just said at the very end that I was going to go to Fort Sterling and change realm gates and then start probably going for that hidden treasure. Instead, I decided to do a method I really haven't done much of, and that's black market to auction house trading. Right here I'm looking at mercenary jackets, and the main thing that you're going to find out is it's pretty hard to start because you're going to be making money on pretty much every trade. But you're going to be making such little amount of money that it takes, some time. So this took me about 3 to 4 hours to make 376,000. That's just because I'm, not very good at it. And I was also starting with about 4,000 silver. So it was very difficult for me to make money in the beginning. But once I started making money, as you can see, I do have this sped up, just, constant trips and constant trips. I don't have, this is like when I started running to a brick wall, by the way. I started having a lot of trouble finding good trades. I don't know, I'm doing it my way, so, there's a lot of people probably doing it their way, and their way is probably better. This was my first time trying to do this, but you guys, if you don't know how the black market works, basically the black market offers you a certain amount of silver per item, and you can go in the auction house and find those items for cheaper and then go sell them at the black market. It's basically SBI Sandbox Interactive's way of getting rid of some of the silver in game and getting rid of some of that gear, so we don't have a crazy terrible economy in the game. So basically it's a great method of making money as well, and everyone wins in this money making method. So if you guys get good at this, I would definitely suggest trying it out on new accounts and old accounts, because this is just a great money making method. The more you can risk, like basically the more money you have, the more money you can make. Obviously I got to 377,000 now, I guess, or well, I don't know what we're doing right now, but I'm at a certain money amount right here, as I basically just tried to speed this up for you guys to show you that you run back and forth between the market and the auction house and you make money doing this. But we will have an example here coming up. I think I ran into a brick wall, like I said, but here we did actually find something right here, I believe. If this is where I'm thinking of, we did find the warbow, a tier 7 warbow. And this was basically the last little money I made. The warbow basically gave me about 20K. Let's see here. As I'm searching around right now, kind of trying to figure out, what I can find that'll work for me. I finally find the tier 7 warbow, and the tier 7 warbow is going to be a great find for me because it's going to give me about 15K, I believe. I think I'm going to be at 399K after this trade. But basically, I just wanted to show you guys what I did to accumulate this silver to start this video out. I am going to try to actually turn this money into levels now. I'm not going to be using probably Tomes of Insight or anything like that, but I just kind of want to show you guys, how I'm going to be buying my gear off the start without using gathering. This doesn't, level anything up in particular, so it's not a great way of earning money because you're not really gaining anything but money. But it does work, and I hope you guys like the example there with the warbow as we get started with some of the fresh stuff we did in episode 3. On my left monitor, I actually have paint on the side, and I basically alt-tab every time I'm looking at the black market, and I print screen a couple times. I print screen maybe 5 or 6 times, 5 or 6 different pages that look good to me. They look like, I know most of the prices for most weapons and armor, so I'm able to look at the prices in the black market. I'm able to print screen, paste it into a paint on the alt-tab screen over here on the left of my setup, and I'm actually able to alt-tab and look at the prices and then delete that page if it's nothing there, delete the next page if nothing's there. So I get about 10 pages worth of items and armor that kind of look like they have a chance at being money makers, and that just speeds up the process a lot. So that's what I do, and I hope it works for you guys as we get started into something new. Alright guys, so now we're actually heading out to the black zone. We're going to try to level up our gear a little bit. I had a couple of ideas and thoughts run into my mind. I'm like, I'm running 6K worth of gear, so why not actually just run into the Hellgate? and get XP doing that. The Hellgate actually goes away and disappears on me, so I don't get to actually try that method. Instead, I'm just out here attacking the Black Zone, what do you call these things? Berserkers? Black Zone Berserkers are the way to go, it seems like, because we get about 450 fame per kill, so it didn't really take me many kills at all to level up. You know, right here I got my learning points reached, so I will actually be able to level up my plate armor, allowing me to actually wield all tier 3 plate armor. I know in the last episodes, you actually were able to see that we got our tier 4 leather armor, and we got 2 tier 4 daggers. That is going to be one of my big focuses, is dagger builds, because that was voted upon. But the second most voted was tanks. And I think tanks could be a lot of fun for ZVZs, trying to maybe be even a shot caller, running a soul scythe tank build. So I am running that quarterstaff, trying to level up all of this stuff to tier 4. And my goal of this episode or series, well, not series, but episode, the whole goal of episode 3 is to basically get my quarterstaffs up to level 4 and my tank armor up to tier 4 as well. So we're basically going to try to level up everything to tier 4 so we can jump on to a DPS build or a tank build whenever I'm needed for random dungeons, allowing me to get into more different random dungeons faster. A lot of people have a problem with getting into random dungeons because they have one build, and you know, people are calling for a tank or they're calling for a healer, and all they have is a DPS, and so on and so forth. But one of the most commonly needed roles, so this should be very helpful to have a quarterstaff tank build. But right there you saw it, Destiny fulfilled, and we're going to be looking at our Destiny board here, kind of trying to figure out everything. Quarterstaffs are really close to being leveled up to tier 4 here, so we're actually going to continue to kill some mobs. These beginning episodes, I do like that you guys are hanging in with me. Episode 3 and episode 2, they're going to be a little bit slower paced. We're not going to be doing Hellgates. We're not going to be doing random dungeons yet. We're just going to be killing mobs and kind of living off the land for a little bit here as we try to kind of level everything up a little bit so we can actually go straight into the fun stuff after this. We're going to start doing some random dungeons soon, and very soon after that we're going to try to do probably some Hellgates with some other players that are just LFG, or maybe we'll get into some guildmates soon, or some guildies, but right now we're actually just going to hang around with some LFG chat, or whoever adds me on YouTube. You can add me. I've already added 2 or 3 of the friends, and you guys ask me questions and I'll try to answer that stuff as soon as possible, as I just leveled up to tier 4 quarterstaff. But I know a lot of you guys have actually added me in game on the new account, and I will add everybody back that adds me in game. Just don't expect a response when you're DMing me very often. I'll try to get back to you, but if you want a decent response, possibly stick to YouTube comments, or maybe join the Discord is the best bet. As we did get to that tier 4 plate armor, so now I'm actually able to specialize in certain kinds of armor, like let's say knight helmet or graveguard boots. Like we're here, we're gonna actually buy the setup we're gonna run. We're going to run this setup pretty much throughout most dungeons, because it's going to be the build we're going to be using in ZVZs for the most part. We might change a few things around, but obviously at this time I don't have enough for like Judicator plate body. If that was something I wanted to run, is a Judicator armor, that's just something I'm not going to be able to afford right now. You're going to be able to see that the Judicator 4.0 is about 215k. I can run it, but if I die in a random dungeon, I'd rather not have to go right back into killing mobs or doing expeditions or whatever else. So I'm actually to that point where I've got my build ready and I'm at tier 4, and I'm excited to see you guys for the next episode. Stick around. In the next episode, episode 4, will be coming at you soon, and thanks for sticking around, boys. This setup pretty much